Hello, and welcome to this demo of the Stratigens platform. At Stratigens, we are regularly seeing organizations wrestling with disrupted business landscapes and models, leaving them exposed to rapidly changing demands for skills and scarcity of talent. In addition, commonly a lack of data and one-dimensional analysis exacerbates the gap between organizational strategy and execution of delivery. This partial insight results in poor leadership decisions and increased risk. Stratigens improves this partial insight, giving business leaders real data and insights to balance the emotional decision with rational. We monitor the social, geographic, and economic composition of current or potential work locations to model future workforce design against both supply and demand profiles for required skills. In seconds, we make recommendations so you can analyze your existing locations and determine if the skills you need should be somewhere physical, agile, or virtual. What's more, Stratigens can do this quicker and more cost effectively than an in-house or advisory teams. For the purposes of this demo, I'm an HR business partner. My organization is facing a changing business environment that has left us with a need to find additional data science resource to better harvest our clients' data so we can make key decisions over customer interactions, existing products and services, new services, and improved ways of working. I have therefore been challenged with understanding the most optimized way to resource data scientists. However, this is a skill set we have rarely hired for in the past, and so we have relatively little knowledge and understanding about where to find and attract data scientists. We know it's a competitive market, and we therefore need more data to clarify our next steps. When I enter the platform, I initially see options to start a search from one of our three most common use cases: understanding skill supply chain, optimize workplace and locations, optimize my diversity mix. I can see and load my previously saved searches and relevant recent news, trends, and insights about the workforce and workplaces. Finally, the home screen gives me an option to contact Stratigens and speak to them about adding bespoke qualitative research to a report for me. This search is about understanding the skill supply for data scientists and how this compares to demand. I'm using Stratigens to inform decisions before talent acquisition is given a requisition that is hard to fill. We're seeing that leading organizations are integrating this intelligence as part of all hiring activities, using the data to inform hiring managers before recruitment starts. So to begin this search, I click the Create New Search button within the Skill Supply Management box to initiate the search. I now type in the skill I want to search for, data scientists. As I begin typing this in, we can see a set of skills in the drop-down list below, and I select the relevant one. It's important to note here that if you can't find the exact skill you're looking for, it's okay, as our neural network will search for all associated skills, so just type in the most similar skill. Next, I choose the locations I want to search for this skill in. We suggest putting in all your existing locations so you can see results for all of them. Stratigens will make additional recommendations for hubs or agile working environments that you can include later. I type in the locations I want to search for, London, and then click See Results. Stratigens will work through the datasets to create my bespoke search for data scientists in my requested locations in as little as 6 to 8 seconds, and then take me to the results page. In the results page, along the top I have a tab for each location, a comparisons tab, and a best locations tab, followed by a second set of tabs giving information on each location. For each tab, there is a set of widgets that show key information Stratigens has sourced about the skill and location. At Stratigens, we're passionate about being transparent in our data sources. Throughout the platform, you can see where all the data is sourced from, and if you click on a widget, it will tell you the source of that data. We also know how quickly decisions need to be made in today's world. Our clients say some data is better than no data, particularly when the skill or location is uncommon. So Stratigens provides a confidence indices based on the data we have surfaced, as transparency is at the core of the results. Looking at the Supply of Talent tab for my chosen location, I can see all the sources of where I can find data scientists from, and I can use this to inform our talent acquisition and resourcing teams where to look for data scientists. I can see the supply of data scientists based on the number of people who have that skill, the demand for data scientists in the location, which is based on the number of active job postings there are in data science. Critically, we also show the supply to demand ratio to give an indication of how easy or difficult it will be to hire, the demand salary range for this skill, and whether these are primarily permanent or contractor roles. I can see the diversity breakdown across age, gender, and ethnicity based on the skill. I can use this information to inform my diversity teams and help adapt my resourcing approach to assist with diversity. The Talent Attractiveness tab shows me how attractive my existing locations are to this type of skill. This includes key factors about the location relating to how appealing it is as a place to live or work, including quality of life, affordability and wage, average holiday, commute times and tax. This data comes from multiple sources and some clever wizardry from our data science team. In addition, Stratigens will show me how well this location is set up to enable my workforce to work virtually or remotely in the longer term, something that is becoming ever more important in the current climate. And we're working on adding detail about whether the skill has the propensity to work in an agile or remote fashion, or whether particular skills need to be in a physical location. This will enable organizations to move to a place where work may or may not be in a place, but could be a web-based activity with great connectivity tools. The competitor screen will show me who I am competing with for this talent. Stratigens identifies the leading employers and industries for that skill, and information about the largest companies and industries in that location to help me understand the location's competitiveness. I can see each of these tabs for each location, but by using the Compare tab, I can easily see which of my existing locations is likely to be influential in accessing this skill through side-by-side comparisons of all locations and all the key information from each tab to decide how suitable each will be to resource data scientists. This can be ordered by best results or by A to Z of locations. So by now I can already see which of my locations is likely to be the best to resource data scientists based on the specific criteria. However, by using the Recommendations tab, Stratigens' clever algorithm will provide recommendations for additional locations I may want to consider for physical, agile hubs, or virtual attraction. For example, I can see Seattle and Washington are good locations for supply to demand of data science. Therefore, I'm going to add these to the search as alternative locations to resource data scientists, either as a new virtual or physical hub. The Recommendations tab also provides information about alternative methods to access this skill beyond my current locations. It shows where there are hotspots for these skills that I could use to establish virtual hubs, remote or agile working, or create a new physical hub. Stratigens ranks our locations and provides ranks for additional locations and how they compare to ours. This ranking is done for a number of different factors, including supply to demand, employment rights, and local infrastructure, to name a few. To support my search, I can specify the factors that are most important to my organization. This may include commercial property costs, business environments, or HR laws and regulations, and Stratigens will update the recommendations based on these factors. For example, I might have been advised that developing a virtual hub is something I need to consider as a solution for acquiring data scientists. Using the infrastructure data rankings, which includes mobile and broadband infrastructure, I can see which locations are best placed to support this. Finally, once I've seen, added, and identified all the locations I want to include in my search, I can download all the widgets from this search, which I can use in reports. I can also save my search for future projects and reviews. I now have all the key data and insights on my locations and also additional potential locations to make a much more informed decision about the best way to resource data scientists. I've seen the sources of talent and the companies locally who have this talent. As an HR business partner, I can inform my hiring manager about demand, about the salary we need to pay to attract this talent, and the best places for us to hire this talent. We can discuss workforce optimization. Should we hire in our existing locations, create hubs, or source the work agilely? Should we hire permanent or contract data scientists, or create a mix? I can have a fuller, more informed conversation about hiring data scientists so we can make better decisions, all through a search that took minutes rather than hours, days, or even weeks. Stratigens retrieves this data through analyzing professional network sites, news and news articles, company websites, job advertisement sites and aggregators, and social feeds. All this amounts to 360 million profiles, 1,380 and growing professional network sites globally, and 32,000 news and insight sources from 47 countries and 548 cities. We're very strong in English-speaking countries, and we're making rapid progress in APAC countries, particularly focusing on China and Russia, and other non-English-speaking territories to strengthen our data set further. You can buy Stratigens in a way that suits the maturity of your in-house analytics team. 1. The dataset behind Stratigens is rich. We can conduct bespoke data science projects to answer very specific questions for you. 2. With an annual Stratigens license. In addition to conducting searches on your own, you can take advantage of our insights and consultancy team who can help you with your searches and add qualitative insights. Or 3. Through our Stratigens subscription service to help you gain the results you need. Including an annual license, our amazing team will do the conducting of searches and building of reports for you, and add additional insights over and above the platform. We're passionate about giving companies data and insight to optimize their workforce and workplace in what we believe is the new ecosystem of work.